Howdy, stranger.
Well, how do, ma'am?
Welcome to the old saloon.
Old saloon?
Yep, that's what we call it round here, the old saloon.
Well, it's nice to see a friendly face, especially a pretty one.
Well, let me introduce you around. Over there, that's old Tex.
Old Tex?
Yes, we call him old Tex because he's from Texas and he's old. and that galoot over there in the back table, that's old Monty.
Old Monty?
Yes, we call him old Monty because he's from Montana and, well, he's old.
And what do they call you, pretty lady?
They call me Lulabelle.
Oh, why is that?
Because it's my name.
Pleased to meet you, Miss Lulabelle. Folks just call me the Old Prospector.
The Old Prospector?
Well, I'm a prospector and I am old.
Don't think I've seen you around these parts before.
I ain't never been around these parts before.
Might explain why I ain't seen you.
This your place, Miss Lulabelle?
Me? Nah, I just work here from time to time. During the day, I'm the local school teacher.
Why, my sainted mother is a school teacher.
Do tell.
Folks just call her the old school teacher.
Why the old school teacher?
Well, she's old and she is the school teacher.
Well, when I'm not in school teaching, I'm as the town floozy.
The town floozy?
Yup, you try living on a school teacher's salary.
I will have to tell my mom about that. She is always trying to make a little extra money.
Well, looks like you could use a drink, cowboy.
I am slight parched.
What name you poison?
You got any Old Crow?
Oh, sorry, no.
Old Granddad.
Fresh out.
Well, what do you got?
Oh, let me see. Oh. Just some of this.
What is it?
It's just some old smoky.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Here's looking at you, Miss Lulabelle.
Speaking of looking, are you in town looking for anything in particular?
You bet I am. I am looking for the Lolly Polly Molly.
Lolly Polly Molly. Never heard of it.
Everybody's heard of the Lolly Polly Molly. It is the richest gold strike in the history of the West.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Well, some folks call it the Molly Polly Lolly.
Never heard of that either.
Well, then other folks call it the Comstock Gold Mining Corporation, a subsidiary of Anderson and Sons. But not many people call it that.
Why not?
Too many words. I've been looking for that mine going on 25 years now.
Whew, that's a mighty long time.
Came close once. At least I thought I did.
What happened?
I was told the secret location of the Polly Wally Doodle by the Old Man River.
The Mississippi?
No, the Old Man River. He was a prospector back in the day. Folks called him Old Man River because his name was River, and he was old.
Why do you think this Polly Wally Doodle is here in New Skunksville?
Now, why would anybody call a town New Skunksville?
Well, old Skunksville was already taken. Like I said, imagination ain't exactly a growth industry around here.
I've searched high and low for that mine. The way I figure, the mellow hello dolly has to be around here somewhere.
Why's that?
Process of elimination.
Meaning?
Meaning, I've looked everywhere else. This is all that's left. The last desolate spot in 1,000 square miles of nothing but nothing. A place no one in their right mind would ever think of looking.
Did you ever think of working for the Chamber of Commerce? They could use a man with your gift of hyperbole.
What?
Hyperbole means exaggeration.
Hyperbole. I'll have to remember that.
Did you ever think those stories of those old mines might just be old wives' tales?
Can't say that I do, but I did have an old wife once.
Ooh, do tell.
She wasn't old when I married her.
Guess she wouldn't be.
She just got that way over time.
It happens.
You ever been married, Miss Lulabelle?
came close a few times.
You never found the right hombre?
Like I said, came close.
What happened?
Well, there was an old cow. We called him Old Cow because, well, he was from California and, well, he was old.
What happened to him?
Hanged, stealing horses. But then there was Old George. And we called him Old George because, well, he was from Georgia and he was old.
And what happened to old George?
Shot dead, wrestling cattle.
Oh, probably better off without that one.
Probably. Oh, but then there was Old Phil. Oh, we called him Old Phil because, well, he was from Philadelphia and, well, he was old.
Hanged.
No,
Shot.
no. Ran off with the young heifer from the Bee Ranch.
With the rancher's daughter?
No, the young heifer.
Oh. Well, things was different with me and Linda Jane, Betty Sue, Mary Jo.
How many wives did you have?
Just Linda Jane, Betty Sue, Mary Jo.
That's a lot of names.
She was a lot of woman. When we was young, we was like two rabbits, courting and a sparking.
Courting and a sparking?
That's a colorful western double entendre for pitching hay, riding the Pony Express, and doing the do-si-do.
Oh. So, whatever happened to you and Linda Jane, Mary Sue, Betty Jo?
Well, one day we was a courting and a sparking.
Yes.
The next thing you know, I am staring down the barrel of her daddy's shotgun. It was ugly. And by that time, so was she. That's when I heard about the Folly Golly Wally. So I told her I was leaving and heading out west to follow my dream. That's when I saddled up Old Yeller.
You saddled up a dog?
No, my horse. I called him Old Yeller on account of he was yeller and he was old. So, like I said, I saddled up Old Yeller and headed out west to make my home on the range. You know, where the deer and the antelope play.
Really?
You ever seen deer and antelope playing?
Can't say that I have.
Well, neither have I. I've seen a lot of deer, I've seen a lot of antelope, but I ain't never seen them playing.
Did you ever think of settling down? A lot of ranches around here could use an experienced hand like yourself.
Can't say that I have. I may look like an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, but my legs ain't bold and my cheeks ain't tan.
I was wondering about that.
I'm a cowboy that never seen a cow. I ain't never roped a steer, 'cause I don't know how. And I ain't a fixin' to start now.
Well, yippee-ki-yay-ki-yo!
I couldn't have said that better myself.
Well, what are you gonna do if that Bollywolly Gobble ain't around here?
I'll just keep tumbling along. I know it's out there.
The tumbleweed?
No, the pulley-woolly bully. I just gonna keep searching. I'm gonna climb every mountain. I'm gonna ford every stream.
Follow every rainbow.
What does a rainbow got to do with it? You follow a rainbow, all you're gonna get is wet.
No, I meant the rainbow with the pot of gold at the end.
Well, everybody's got to have a dream. That's what gets us up in the morning. Well, that and having to pee. Say, it's been right nice talking with you, Miss Lulabelle.
Oh, could I interest you in another drink? Perhaps a home-cooked meal. A school teacher who knows her P's and Q's?
Is that another one of them colorful western double entendres?
It is if you want it to be.
Well, that is mighty tempting. But there's a gold mine out there with my name on it or somebody's name on it.
Well, if you ever change your mind.
Well, look at it this way. No matter what trails we ride, no matter what mountains we climb or what rivers we cross, you and me, we will always have New Skunkville.
Oh, well, goodbye, Old Prospector.
Just call me Old Louise.
Louise?
Louise.
Why Louise?
Well, I'm from Louisiana. And I'm old!
Oh, happy trails, Old Louise.